Hello, everyone. I'd like to introduce to you this guy named Paul. Say hi, Paul.
Hi, I'm Paul.
Thanks, Paul. Paul here is the owner of a local restaurant in Fort Collins, Colorado called Matador Mexican Grill. This place is incredibly delicious, and if you like flavor, you're going to want to visit. And the owner, Paul, agreed to an interview to learn more about this amazing Colorado restaurant. So, Paul, what would you consider to be the most unique qualities that make Matador stand out from competitors such as Qdoba or Chipotle?
Well, I think the absolute number one answer is we have better people. Not to say that they don't have good people, but we've got people that have been here for quite a long time. We don't turn over employees very fast. We've got some guys that have been here for 10 years out of the 11 we've been open. So the family atmosphere that we have going here and the vibe that our people have, I think really shows to customers and gives them a different environment. But that is also not as important as the food. It really comes down to the food. I think food for food, we just try and pump a little bit more flavor into everything, more spices, a little bit more heat, a little crazy, and more variety. So I think those two things, having the right people and focusing on better food is the two things that have set us apart.
How long has Matador Mexican Grill been around, and how did it come to be?
We started Matador in October of 2009, so we just turned 11 years old last fall. We started out as a franchise called Taco Del Mar, so we started going down that path. We opened up 2 stores here at Fort Collins. I ran it for about 4.5, 5 years, somewhere in there. Realized we couldn't make it with their system and their setup and their food, so we decided we had to go out on our own and try our own. So we came up with new recipes, new food, rebranded, came back as our own concept, and the rest is history.
And since, no competitor has been able to bring the same flavor to the table like Matador Mexican Grill. And one of the key factors that really brings this flavor full circle, the wide selection of sauces that Paul himself makes. Creating and experimenting to find new and unique flavors, Paul has made some incredible hits within the community. How did you get started creating some of these crazy flavors, Paul?
Yeah, kind of a funny start to that. I was at Bed Bath & Beyond one year looking for a Christmas present for my wife, and they had a make your own hot sauce kit there. It came with like 4 or 5 empty bottles in a recipe box. You just kind of make your own stuff, and I sat down one day and started making a hot sauce, and I didn't have half the ingredients that one of those was supposed to have. So I ended up with a mango habanero hot sauce, which is actually our best selling sauce still to date, and that thing hasn't changed in 15 years. It was the first real sauce I ever tried to make, and it's incredibly popular. Like 5 gallons a week of that kind of stuff. Just random luck bouncing into that, and then just fortunate that what I threw together worked that time. But right now we've got 27 different sauces, 28 different sauces. At one point we were making special hot sauce for New Belgium Brewing before they got bought out. We were doing a couple thousand bottles a year for them. Pretty much everything you can imagine hot sauce wise we have made. Every ingredient you could find at a grocery store has been in a hot sauce at one time or another here.
As a successful business owner, what advice would you give to someone looking at possibly starting their own restaurant?
Well, I think one thing that I wish I knew more about was fixing equipment, because it's always going to break. You're always going to have trouble with it. So learn how to recharge your refrigerator, maybe, and some basic wiring, some plumbing. Fall in love with painting and patching holes in the wall. You're going to do a lot more than you think you're going to do. You're not just going to come in and cook good food and have fun. There's a lot of different hats you have to wear, so I'd be prepared for that. I think one of the most important things is I would join a restaurant that you know has a good track record with good operators that know what they're doing, and get some hands-on experience. You got to learn from the pros. You're never going to go anywhere.
Do you guys shop locally for the produce you use here at Matador Mexican Grill?
That's actually a really good story. The local company we go through is called Fresh Start Produce. It was started by a couple of guys, Cody and Brian, who were heroin addicts. And Cody's dad owns Mrs. Condi's Salad Company in Denver, very big produce company. And they wanted to come out and create a fresh start for themselves. So they started this Fresh Start Company, and all the money that they made was going to scholarships for other people to get rehab. So they kept hiring people that were coming out of rehab. They kept trying to pay people to get into rehab. And unfortunately, Cody lost his battle with addiction, and his girlfriend stepped into his place. So his girlfriend and his mom are really running the show right now. We've been buying produce from them since the beginning. They take really good care of us. They get as much Colorado local stuff as we possibly can, but then obviously you can't get Colorado tomatoes in December, so wherever they can get it from the rest of the time. But yeah, really great group of people. Really awesome that we can support them for so long. We've been there since the very beginning with them. And they've grown so big, they've given out so many scholarships and done so much good that they're really a neat group that we're really lucky to be hitched up to.
How about the impact of the coronavirus? How has it affected your business, and how have you guys adapted?
Well, it's definitely slowed down our sales. So the pool of people that are out eating right now and out comfortable being outside or in crowds or in restaurants is smaller. So everyone's definitely feeling the crunch from the sales standpoint. We're kind of fortunate that our food is really easily made to go, and a lot of our food was already just to go anyway. So just carrying out has been nice. Not having a lobby for a big chunk of that was kind of difficult, but the customers have responded well. But we've had a lot of really weird new opportunities pop up through COVID that we wouldn't have had in the past. Some church groups buying food to give out to homeless or needy, just random caterings and stuff popping up, people trying to help other people. So a lot of people have really come to our aid during this time, which has been very surprising and fortunate that we've been able to keep going on because of those unique things that we normally aren't used to doing.
How did you get the idea for expanding Matador Mexican Grill with a food truck?
The food truck just kind of landed in our laps. We had a friend we were trying to help operate the food truck and got him some recipes going, got him some dates set up, and he was running and doing okay. And I think he just kind of got burned out on the work and didn't really want to put in as much time as it really took. So he put the food truck on the market and didn't sell it, and then we just kind of said, why don't you give it to us for a while and we'll see how it goes. And we've been rocking it ever since. It's been doing real well for us. It'll be 2 years in June, so about a year and a half right now, 18 months. Our first 6 months were really good, really came out with a bang. And since COVID, surprisingly, we haven't done as well, which I thought we would have done really well because we're outside, we can distance a lot, we can grab it and go. So that was really kind of a shock, but hopefully this summer we'll get it back up and rocking and still rolling pretty hard. You really got to get on our Facebook page. We'll post a weekly schedule of where we're going to go and where we're going to be. Our regular Facebook page is Matador Mexican Grill, and then the food truck is the Matty, M-A-T-Y, food truck. So either one of those will post that schedule on there every week. But we try and get around to local breweries. We try and do special events like graduations and parties. But usually we'll hang out at a brewery 3-4 times a week and just kind of bounce to a different one. We go to Snowbank a lot, Zwei a lot, Sparge in Wellington, hit up Mighty River in Windsor. Wherever they'll have us pretty much, we'll go sit down and have some fun.
Are there any goals or future plans you are working on for Matador Mexican Grill?
Well, you always want to get bigger and better. I am constantly upset that I'll go to a place wearing a Matador shirt and they'll ask me, where's Matador at? Locals that have been here for a long time, we've been here for a long time, and we haven't reached them yet for some reason or another. They even haven't heard our name. We definitely haven't tried our food and have no idea anything about us. So that one kind of bums me out when we see a lot of that. So I definitely like to have our brand more recognizable, especially in Fort Collins, since this is where we're home to. But we'd love to have more locations and love to expand. We'd love to kind of mix up our concept a little bit and make it a little bit bigger, more of a hangout spot, maybe add some different beverages, some more adult beverages, some TVs maybe, kind of make it more of a hangout kind of location instead of just a quick food spot to run and grab in, grab out. So we're kicking around a lot of things and everything's on the table, but definitely growing and getting better. That's just our main thing, just get better every day.
Running a restaurant is no easy task, and doing so during a worldwide pandemic only makes things harder. Matador Mexican Grill, however, has been able to overcome this challenge and has been able to continue to serve their delicious meals each and every day. So if you are in Northern Colorado and looking for a bite, stop by Matador Mexican Grill, support a local business, and eat a delicious meal. Located off of Harmony and Timberline in Fort Collins, Colorado. And if you like this interview, please like and subscribe for more content.